Well, for the second day in a row, another ground delay at Austin Bergstrom International Airport. This one is expected to last until after 7:30 tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Daniel Marin. Jennifer has the evening off. Now, it is not clear how many flights are impacted at this point, but more delays at the airport are expected as the government shutdown drags on. Our Jayla Washington reports from AUS.
TSA pre-check down the hallway.
AUS employees answering questions.
General?
Directing travelers. Controlling the controllable during a time they don't have a say over much.
The caveat to that is that we are fairly limited in what we can do. We're not the federal government, so we can't screen people, we can't direct aircraft and talk to pilots. We are here to help with wayfinding, crowd control, and line management. For us, it's kind of a waiting game to see what's the day going to be like under this shutdown.
AUS has dealt with at least 5 ground stops and delays since the government shut down. The delays impacting incoming flights at AUS and airports across the country as the FAA works to offset impacts of air traffic controllers not showing up since they aren't getting paid right now. When these delays happen,
it's when we start to see lines, it's when we start to see congestion in the terminal, and that's where our staff will come out on site and just help make sure that lines are orderly and that people know where they're going and how they need to get there.
No, ma'am. Pre-check is down the hallway.
For many travelers, early Monday,
it was really smooth.
But still others taking extra precautions.
So I came out here to do my TSA pre-check. I'm going to New York in late November and then in Vegas in December, and I don't want to wait in line. Please open the government.
A sentiment echoed by Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, urging Democrats and Republicans to reach a deal.
As I've traveled around the country and talked to air traffic controllers, none of them can manage missing 2 paychecks. And if the government doesn't open, the notice will be another big fat zero. And you're going to see more of them probably make the decisions of funding their families, putting food on their table, gas in their cars, versus coming into work.
Jayla Washington, KXAN News.
And taking a look back to the 2018-2019 shutdown during President Trump's first term, this one started over demands for a border wall, you'll remember. After 35 days of missed paychecks and hundreds of thousands of federal workers, and also after intensifying delays at airports, a deal was made without the border wall. During that time, an increase in sick leave taken by air traffic controllers delayed hundreds of flights in the eastern U.S. And even before this current shutdown, the country was already struggling with a shortage of air traffic controllers. Back in June, the FAA reported it was more than 3,000 certified controllers short of full staffing. That's why earlier this year, Transportation Secretary Duffy announced a hiring supercharge at the FAA Academy, which made it easier to apply. Also, it changed the hiring process from an 8-step process to a 5-step process. And he also announced a 30% raise in starting salaries for new hires. Now, there is no way to predict which airports may see problems, so be sure to check your flight status before you head to the airport. And if your flight is canceled, airlines will rebook you on a later flight. If you no longer want to take the trip, you should be able to get a refund, but airline policies can differ and companies are not required to pay cash compensation.